We are back, Melbourne Survivor Season 3, playing with fire, fall in a heap, and we all fell in a heap.
Can you guys believe it's episode 9?
I know!
Why?
We're almost over and I'm sad.
Yeah.
I know. I am sad too. It's going too quickly.
I'm looking forward to be like doing deep dives and stuff with people as we get to the end of the season. If you guys are down for that, that'll be heaps of fun. Like the final 3.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It'll be fun.
Crazy stuff. Well, recap, I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
Of last episode. So Kate wins immunity. We go to tribal. Caitlin plays her voodoo idol on Brady. Everyone's favorite idol. We love voodoo idols, not.
I would have been even madder if she'd idled herself out with it.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
It would have been hilarious, but it would have been like another Sari moment, and it just, no.
Not Sari. Yeah. And then Brady's votes get redirected to CK. CK goes. No surprise there. And then straight to the next vote.
Surprise!
And, surprise! No immunity challenge. We're voting. No talking. And Tash goes home with Brady playing an idol. The votes being 3-3-2. However, 3 votes were on Brady. And right, that's right. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And so it's very close. And John votes Tash because John saw that Brady was going for something in his bag, so potentially play an idol. And then,
but he also wanted to separate Tash from Caitlin because he's not Caitlin's best friend anymore, and he's feeling a bit jealous, and so he needs to get rid of her closest allies.
Correct.
Smart. And keeping the track record of successfully voting for the person out at every vote.
He's the only one with a perfect voting record.
It's impressive.
And
he's been to every single tribal.
That's impressive.
He's got to go. If you think about that, if you stop and think about that, he's got to go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, I mean, if you have that final tribal council, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. If you say
and he's a good speaker even at the worst of times. So imagine him with a good resume. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
And no one's really looking at him at the minute.
No.
Yeah. He's just
we
floating on
CK
by.
Last week called him a goat. We see in this episode Laurel wants to take Dale and John because she thinks she can beat both of them at the end.
I think Laurel could probably win against anyone.
I agree, but that's not like that. They're not perceiving him as a threat.
No.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Laurel beats John just based on charisma alone, and for her vicious gameplay. But people are not seeing John for what he is, which is a stealthy little threat.
I agree. And something about Dale this episode, which you haven't really seen, and we'll go back to the start and do our normal thing. But Dale says he's been working from different alliances and moving around to sort of
he's been the flip-flopper.
Yeah, which now that I look at it and I get to see a bit more of Dale, I'm like, okay, that's the position Dale's in, whether he put himself there intentionally or not. And he's finding his way through the game. He's not a threat, but he's doing what he thinks is best for his game. And I respect that.
He's not just sitting talking a little bit of strategy this episode. Like we get a little bit of his strategy, which is nice because we haven't had any of that at this point. It's kind of been like, I don't know.
Yeah, before now we haven't really heard what his opinion is, like what his thought process is. We know where he sits in the tribe, but what is he thinking? So I was glad we got to see a bit of him this week.
Yeah, that was really good. All right, we'll go back to the beginning.
Yeah. Straight away, start off the episode with a Chloe confessional. She's excited things worked out for her.
Trouble couldn't have gotten better, according to her.
Yeah. Talking about what happened. She said it's so weird seeing my name on a piece of paper. And for her, that's the first time someone's voted for her. So I can assume that would be pretty scary, seeing your name pop up and almost going home.
Has everyone had a vote at this point now?
That's a good question. Kate hasn't.
Kate, yeah, okay.
Anyone else?
I think she's the only one.
What about Caitlin?
Yeah, she had one.
Yeah, she kept saying that one. Yeah, that one that could have sent her home if she played the idol wrong.
I think that's it. I think everyone else has been voted for. So, yeah, good on Kate. No votes against her, although she has been safe last two.
Fair, she'll be up there for threats.
You would think so, wouldn't you? You would think
she's
so.
Gonna be up there as a threat for sure. Which is possibly why Caitlin was targeted. I mean, we'll talk about it at the end of the episode, but probably why she was the target, because they want to split those powerful girls up.
Yeah.
But anyway, we get a debrief of tribal council. What else do we see?
Yeah, so we see a Brady confessional.
Brady's weak in the knees.
Did he say that, or is that?
He said he's weak in the knees.
Oh, he said he's weak in the knees. Okay. Yeah. Same thing. Could not have gotten any better.
But he also said that he doesn't know who's in control anymore, which is anyone actually in control, or is it too fluid?
Well, no, it's kind of split now. It's kind of almost. What are we down to?
At the start of this episode, there were 7 people.
Yeah, we get down to 6.
Oh my god!
It's a very voting block kind of game.
He's very much
no
so
there's no definite hierarchy. There's a few people that are tight with each other, but which makes it really interesting to see what the end game's going to look like.
Very much so. That's why it's just after the challenge, it was all kind of just everyone's just I was I don't know where the fuck this is going.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Everyone was creating their own little alliances, and everyone seems pretty open to working with basically everyone. Obviously, I think there was a few people that didn't want to work with certain people, but mostly it was new conversations happening. Yeah, I saw all pairs and Kate.
Well, yeah, because you had obviously Brady and Chloe. I'm guessing
Dale
John and Dale, and then Laurel and Caitlin. And then Kate.
Yeah. And then Kate.
And Kate was close with Tash, so final 8 probably would have been all pairs.
Right.
Yeah,
and I see that as being pretty good for Kate, being someone who doesn't have a pair, because it seems like pairs are being targeted. I mean, obviously we see Brady go later. Yeah, we saw the Max vote. Yeah.
If you think it's 2 people that are never going to vote each other out, then do you really want to work with that? But if you can get rid of one of them, not to skip too far ahead, but I think going to the next episode, I don't think Chloe's going to be a target here. I think everyone's going to want to pick her up as a number.
Yeah, exactly. As a number for them. Well, we see that in Dale's confessional.
Yeah.
At the end, we see him say that he's just we want to pick her up as a number. Hopefully she's not too mad at us.
Yeah. The thing now is there are so many big players. I see Kate as being a big threat. I see Caitlin, even though her confessionals are fucking amazing, and I love Caitlin. She's a big threat. John's voting record and the fact that he can talk you to a coma.
And he's friends with everybody.
Yeah.
No one dislikes
Laurel's got probably the biggest resume so far with just pre-merge massacre.
And she's the most in-your-face player. The rest of them are big players.
And everybody loves her.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. And then at the moment, you've sort of got Dale and Chloe, who, from my perspective, people would be more willing to take them to the end because they think they can beat them.
Yes.
I agree with that on Dale. Chloe, I don't know. She has shown to be... I think she could be a very dangerous player. I think... she's been pretty comfortable up until now. She's had bigger threats around her. She had a solid alliance with an idol that I do think Brady would have played on her if he needed to. I think now that she's kind of on her own, that she's backed into a corner, I think she could be very dangerous, and I'm very keen to see what she does next.
Yeah, I agree. Chloe's definitely underestimated at this point.
Hands down, that's the biggest mistake we all made in our preseason predictions.
Right.
We all had Chloe as either a first or second boot.
Yeah, and she could easily
not
get
be
further
from the truth.
Completely underestimated her.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see who she wants to work with moving forward and if that changes from vote to vote. Brady knew what he was doing when he was
sorry, Brady. Look, you saw something we didn't.
But again, we only get like so many videos, and it's all like kind of pre-game stuff. We're not seeing trailers of them during the game.
That's true.
Exactly. So yeah, it's all up in the air at the moment, and it's really anyone's game. I mean, look, if Dale pulls out a Christy Bennett and just blows everyone away, I mean, like, take my house.
I don't think I'll be disappointed with whoever wins. I think it'll be a well-earned win for whoever it is.
I agree.
Unless something ridiculous happens, like unless someone does something amazing and then gets no votes, I'll probably be happy, I think.
Right. Yeah, I could see it being a depending on people's pitch, I can definitely see it being a close final three between two people and then the third person, which personally I think will be Dale getting 0 votes. I think these players are so smart. We're seeing these confessionals from Kate and Brady and Laurel, and we're seeing everyone's confessionals and Caitlin, and they're just analyzing the game and playing really strategic. And
Kate is someone who, from what we've heard, was not a Survivor fan, didn't really know much about it. You would not know that from all her confessionals and everything she's saying. She is a very savvy player.
Her read is incredible. Just
oh my God.
The way she sees it and the way she articulates is just like...
Nobody can read her, but she can read everybody.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'd love to see her win, and at this point, I think she does.
I change my winner pick every 5 minutes.
I've gone through 2 of mine.
Mine's still in the game. My winner pick.
Your original one is still in the game.
Who? Caitlin? Oh wow, that's a good pick. Wow.
Yeah. I've got one left of my final 3 because Brady was my runner up.
Yeah, my final 3.
Max was my 3.
My final 3 went out the window last week. Actually, the first 3 merge boots were my final 3.
Oh, merge boots. Okay, that's that's fine. At least they all made merge. Unfortunately for me, Rosie.
2 of them didn't go to tribal before merge, so. Jules' final 3 was actually Hitler. That's fair. Look, fair.
That's a great comment. I love that. Yeah. Oh well. Sucks to suck.
Oh,
just
all right.
No, joking.
No. Tell me how you really feel.
No. Look, I mean, your final 3.
She's still doing a podcast for our season. Come on now.
Good picks. I mean, you guys picked Brady a lot better than I did. I think I had Brady going 3rd. I think I had him going really early. Sorry, Brady. Love heart. I really wanted to see you win, but just that 2 minutes that I had to watch a bit of before the game, whatever it's called, predictions.
I think it helps that we know Brady.
Like, we know Brady. Yeah, we were influenced by that.
We're slowly influenced. So,
wait, you guys or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
From the completely unspoiled Melbourne Survivor forecast.
That's right. Yeah. I don't know who did that. Anyway, all right.
We had a Laurel confessional being like, I didn't do that, but I totally did that. Like, she didn't vote for Tash, but she's claiming the credit for throwing Tash's name out there.
Which is funny because it was John's move, was it not?
Yeah.
It was.
Unless Brady, because as John says, Brady and Chloe turned back to him and said, vote Tash.
Yeah. I think, though, she is someone that everyone was seeing as a threat. So it's not unheard of that multiple people would have the same idea. So I think Laurel can say that she put the name out there, but John can say, well, I wrote her name down. So
yeah, I actually wrote her name down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess John was the unintentional swing vote at that tribal, because as I think Caitlin said to John, if you had voted Chloe would be gone. But instead he voted Tash. And he said he voted Tash because he wanted to break up Caitlin having, I guess, closer numbers.
Yeah.
And also because he thought more people were voting Brady, and that way, he needed a second plan.
I think that was his cover story. But I do think he was probably always planning to vote Tash around that vote. If not this one, then maybe the next one. Because he was threatened by Tash, and rightfully so. She was a strong player.
Yeah, Kate said it.
But yeah, being able to say, well, I saw Brady's idol, that's a perfect cover story.
Yeah. Okay. John's playing a really, really good game. Very strategic, very thought out on who he wants to go next and how
very under the radar.
Him. Yeah, and very under the radar.
Seems to be one that's thinking a couple of moves ahead.
Yeah.
That's just who he is as a person. He is very,
but like he's like
intelligent person.
In this game, he seems to be forethought about who he would like to move, like the chess pieces.
And that's so hard to do when you've got maybe 45 minutes.
And especially at this point in the game, it's moving like this at this point in the game.
And at this point, you're exhausted. You've hungry. Not slept for 2 days. You're hungry. Yeah. Like, to make those smart decisions, well done.
And you just come off like a bonkers tribal council. Like,
that double tribal would just be like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, exactly. You would go out to camp still scratching your head like, what the fuck just happened? Especially because, we have those rogue votes in there. Like Laurel throws to Caitlin in the first one. She does the cross-out vote. Chloe then goes back to Brady in the next. She's fucking with people's heads here. Like, they're like, what is happening? And no one seems to be pointing the finger. Like in all the professionals, no one's like, Laurel's doing some funny shit here. Like, she's
merge, she was this massive target, and now people are like, oh yeah, we should take her out, but whatever.
Well, John and Dale said they didn't want Laurel gone.
No,
they said we don't want Laurel to go. I don't know who it was. Are they
keeping her as a shield?
I don't know. I just remember watching, and I think it was between just John and Dale, and they said, yeah, I don't want Laurel to go. So I don't know if that's just because they want to work with her, or as a shield, or that's an easy vote next, or the one after. But
it's getting down to numbers though. Like easy votes become harder the less numbers you have.
Right.
And you don't want to leave her
that's to crazy thing. It's like no.
Final five.
You don't want to leave her too late, because what if she wins the final four immunity? Yeah. And then she's at the end. You can't beat her.
No.
And then, but also the longer she's in, the longer you have that she wins an advantage. She finds an idol. Like the longer you leave these big players who are out to cause chaos, and we know this, the more likely they're to fuck your game. Like, it's just like, like we're getting down to it, guys. Like at some point you have to we swung at CK because we knew he was chaotic. Laurel should have been next. Like Laurel should have been next. And she could be next for all we know, but they're leaving her down to the wire, and I'm panicking for all of them because she beats them at the end.
And the more time she gets to come to tribal council and perform for the jury, the more in love with her they fall. Like,
exactly,
get her out.
Yeah. I think that's.
I love her, but
we love her. But as a threat, she's got to go. And I think that's John's best move next, is to get rid of Laurel, getting rid of someone who's also close with Caitlin, and I think that's his best move forward, is getting rid of Laurel. And
I think they'll be blind if Kate doesn't win immunity, though. If Kate doesn't win immunity, they're going to be like,
jump on Kate. Yeah. And voting Laurel out at this point is a move. Like, that's a move 100%. That you claim at the end. Like,
if you can lead that vote to get her, that's a big move.
You can claim that scalp. That's a big move.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking back on.
Then we went to Caitlin. Caitlin's bored being in the majority. She's
the poor thing.
Oh my god, I'm controlling who's going home. This is so boring.
I love Caitlin. She did say that
she had a plan to get rid of CK, and then at final 8, she wanted to make a move and was kind of robbed of that opportunity. And she wanted to go to Rocks. Because, you know, she's chaos and loves rocks.
With rocks. I can't. I'm like, rocks is just so stressful for me. I can't.
I love that she was explaining that to Chloe, and Chloe's like, no, I don't like rocks.
I can't do rocks.
No.
Yeah. Some people are built for rocks and some people are not.
No.
It's just how it is.
Why those people who are not built for rocks? They're just not willing to put their hands in other people's game. Like their game in other people's hands.
Like, you just...
I'm down for
one
rocks.
in what?
Of course you are.
If it's final 8, if it's final 8, it'll be a 1 in 5 chance you could go home. That's no. I'm never got a rocks.
Yeah, I mean, look, fair enough. Rocks, big risk, but
little reward. Little reward.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's the fuck it mentality.
It's big risk, little reward.
Yeah. I guess it depends how seriously
unless you're the one who's been voted for.
Right. Go to rocks. Go to rocks
you're the one
every time.
Correct. And then you become immune because nobody can agree to vote you out. Then it's like, yeah, you fuckers, everybody else go to rocks. That's fine with me. But I'm not willing to do that for anybody else.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think it depends how seriously you're playing the game. Like, we see Caitlin playing seriously.
I don't think she's taking it seriously at all. She's like, I can do what the fuck I want.
Right. It's like she's playing to have fun. She's there. She wants to win, but she also just wants to create chaos like Laurel. Just chaos.
Yeah, I think winning isn't the number one thing on her priority list. She wants to have fun, cause chaos, whatever. But winning is not her number one thing. And this says a lot about my character. I don't understand people who don't want to win. Like,
I agree.
It doesn't.
I'm not cut that way. I'm just...
If you don't want to win, why are you there?
I agree. I could not agree
out of my
more.
way. Get out. Get out of my way. Let me win. Like, move.
That's right.
I mean, is it the Scorpio in me? What is it?
I don't know. I agree. But it's also very fun and entertaining to see people play for fun.
It creates great content for us.
Just if you're in the same LRG as me and you're playing for fun, like, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah.
On day
Rocks
3,
is a lot scary when you're on day 3. You didn't go that long to risk
Exactly.
That's fair. Look, I agree with that. Luca,
why are you there, Caitlin? Well, I had a free weekend. And we are thankful for that free weekend. We just don't understand her.
Yeah, no. I'm loving it as a viewer and a lover of like the game. It's brilliant to watch. But if I was playing with you, I would be like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh dear.
You'd probably get the mum glare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty
Someone's
of people
getting
have that playing against me.
I think I've seen. I don't think I've been directly affected by it, but I've seen you do it, and it's scary.
It works. It's effective.
It is. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
No,
does not sound fun. It's scary. Like,
this isn't about me. We're talking about
Caitlin. You're going to
Caitlin.
sleep that night, right? I wonder what Caitlin said. So Kate and Caitlin. Kate went to Caitlin and said, "I'd like to be in a final 3 with you and Chloe." Later down the track. Kate said that to Caitlin, and about that's Kate's ideal final 3. And
Caitlin said no.
Caitlin's response was like, basically, it would be nice, but I don't know if I necessarily trust Kate, and I'm not really thinking that far ahead, is basically the gist of what I got. I think for Caitlin, she's really looking at every vote.
Yeah. I think she said that
she doesn't get who.
Yeah, and that is something that I think at this stage of the game, people get too focused on who am I going to sit at the end with, and you need to get there first.
Right.
Like, you don't want to be sitting there with, Laurel and, another big threat, but so you do need to be thinking about that, but you have to get there.
Yeah.
There's no point being like, I'm going to sit at the end with these 2 people because I think I can beat them, and then you get voted out 6th.
And it also
I like that mentality of vote by vote.
Yeah, but it also seems like Kate is all in with Caitlin, but Caitlin's like, oh, yeah.
Well, I think she knows she doesn't have a great chance against Kate.
Yeah, right.
Laurel, oh my God, sit with me. I'm such good company. You would be great company, but you would get all the votes.
Yeah, I want to sit with you on the jury. I don't want to sit next to you.
Yeah. At the pub or wherever.
Yeah.
I think Laurel's the player that once you're out, you're barracking for her.
100%.
You want her to win, but if you're in the game,
she needs to go.
Gotta go, 100%.
For sure.
So, again, I think that's John's next best vote, I would say, would be Laurel. Breaking up another pair.
All these people are all in with Caitlin, and she's like, "You're my side hoe number 5." Accurate. Everybody wants to.
Exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Just everyone wants to take her to the end. She's like, "Okay, all right." Yeah.
Which is crazy because she could, she's a threat. Like, I mean,
she is a threat.
People clock that because she cops votes when we'll get there. But crazy.
Wait, does Caitlin cop the vote at the tribal?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what was the votes?
It was 5-2. So Brady and Chloe voted for Caitlin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go. John, I was right. Laurel is an amazing shield. Why would you take her out? Yeah, so he is using her as a shield.
Yeah.
No, but you're also.
But how long do you keep that shield?
Do you keep that shield for? Like, you run the risk of her. We've talked all about this. We've done it. John, go back and watch.
Yeah.
It probably needs to go. This next vote, I think, is the maximum you want to take it.
5 gets really scary because you need 2 immunities and you're in. You win final 5. You win final 4.
And also,
especially because she is tight with Caitlin, so they only need to bring in one more person, and then that's the numbers when you've 5.
We've also just had an idol play. Like, Brady's just playing his idol. There's an idol back in the game.
Maybe.
Right.
Like, technically,
we saw it at the challenge,
5, right? Generally, that's the rule. That we assume that there is an idol back in play now that Brady has played his.
I would have assumed that.
Yeah.
Like, we're just running the risk, running the gauntlet here, and it's making me anxious
100%.
for the people who have to go against Laurel. For Laurel, I'm like, yes, queen, like, get yours.
Win.
Everybody else, I'm like, yeah, exactly. Everybody else, I'm like, yeah, come on, guys, what are you doing?
Like, Brady was a big threat, and I could see why people pulled together to vote him out. But I don't know if Brady is the best person to vote out at this time. Yes, you break up the Caitlin and Brady too, but you also know out of everyone, they are the most solid voting block in the game. I can see everyone else turning against anyone else, but these 2 people will not turn against each other. They are 2
But that's what
numbers.
makes them dangerous. If you are linking up with them and suddenly it's a surprise final 2, then you're third.
And you're the third.
100%. Right. You have to win that immunity, otherwise you're gone.
Yeah. I mean, I'd potentially maybe use Brady and Chloe. I think the options were Brady and Chloe with Laurel and Caitlin. And it looks like Laurel and Caitlin was sort of down for that 4. Obviously, it didn't happen.
Well, that's what Caitlin wanted to do at the original final 8.
Right, exactly. And then for them, it'd be a good way to vote out potentially. I mean, it's hard. I guess the reason why Brady went is because Kate was safe. And if you had Brady, Chloe, Laurel, Caitlin, those 4, their target would probably be Kate, because it's not going to be Dale and John's flying under the radar.
Brady's not in his head anymore, just so you know. Brady is like...
Oh, okay, right.
But then, like, do you potentially want to keep Brady if Kate is someone that you're scared could go on an immunity run? Brady's probably the equal, probably best challenge threat as Kate.
Right.
Do you want to keep him around to beat her?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if Brady gets to the end, I think he's also got a good resume. So it's
post-merge, it's been Brady and then 2 Kates. So Brady's the only other one who's won individually at this point.
Yeah. I guess at this point, you're just thinking numbers. You're not thinking who could potentially beat Kate in an immunity challenge. I mean, we didn't see any conversation about it.
2 immunities in a row probably doesn't make her this unstoppable.
Right.
It does after number 2. It does after the second one when you're getting this close. Like that'll be my guess is that's a big story come next episode that, like, if she doesn't win again.
if she doesn't win again, she'll definitely be on the chopping block. And we've seen Kate just being the single person by herself, not having that ride or die or that close partner relationship. So that could make her vulnerable.
But she pairs with Caitlin here. Well, that's like she doesn't seem to be on her own from this episode. She seems to Caitlin has a lot of options. Kate pairs to her. She's like, this is the person I want to go with. I'm in with her.
Yeah.
Whereas previously she's been like, I'll go anywhere. This episode she kind of detours and she's like, I'm with Caitlin.
Yeah, and says her final 3 would be Chloe and Caitlin. So if Chloe knows about that, I mean that's an in for her to be like, okay, well, because Chloe voted Caitlin, so there's not really a high chance, I guess, of Chloe actually probably working with Caitlin. But potentially being on the side of Kate, if Kate has said, hey, I want to go to the final 3 with you, let's work together. So Kate could pull a couple of numbers, including potentially Dale. But next vote, I really think Laurel or Caitlin. One of those two, if not Kate. Or Kate. Depending on who wins immunity, it's between those 3, I would think.
I agree. Well, are we at immunity? Or
we've jumped all over the shop, so let's just go to the challenge. I think we've discussed a lot of
we've talked a lot about.
I was confused. Can you guys explain this? Because
I was a bit confused as well. Like
the challenge, I was like, so it's first to 5. Like, what?
Liz told a story. They had to go answer some questions. I don't know what happens if they got it wrong. Did anyone get a question wrong? I don't know. There were 5 stations.
Yeah.
I'm very confused about how this challenge worked.
Yeah.
So if you got it wrong, there was nothing in there, and then you had to go back.
I agree. There was a rock.
Laurel saying there was a rock. So then what happens?
There's nothing in there. So then you run back
wrong,
and then
you had to go away to another station.
Right. So it was first to 5.
Right.
Essentially, first to 5.
Yeah.
First to 5
supposed to get all 5 right.
Not a colored counter or whatever.
Not. I thought the colored counters were what they were supposed to get.
As in, if the color counter was right, and then there was something else there if it was wrong.
Right, there was
if
a rock.
If it was
there.
wrong, you got a different color rock. I'm still confused.
I don't know what's going on.
Look.
Anyway.
And then we didn't get any sort of running tally about
Right, who's
Kate's got 3, Chloe's got 2. It was just people running around, and then boom, Kate wins. Okay.
And we see someone recording that there was an idol in a bucket.
There was something in a bucket. I don't know if it was an idol or not.
We don't know if it was an idol, but I would think it would be an idol.
It was like something wrapped up, like what the idol was that Kate found.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they were wrong, it was a rock. If they were right, it was a colored counter.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Laurel.
Okay.
Yeah. And
again, that wasn't explained. It was just like
yeah.
I was very confused.
We've seen this sort of challenge before.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
But the rules aren't always exactly the same. So I would have liked a bit of because normally if you get a wrong one, you have to take it and go and I don't know, sacrifice.
Land it on, you got to run to a second area and put it in.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't really get that.
Right, we just saw a montage of people running around, and then Kate won, and then Chloe being apparently really close, and that was all we got.
She could have been lying through her teeth. We wouldn't have known.
Right, we didn't see it. But
I would have liked a bit of this person's on this many.
My thoughts are, Kate said after she won the challenge, she said, she basically said, I'm really focused on the challenges while they're happening. And from my personal experience, I was the same. But with Melbourne Survivor, we've seen idols at challenges. We didn't see in the first few episodes where an idol was an option. We only heard about that. However, we've seen advantages. We've seen idols at challenges. People know this. So I wonder, are people thinking about the fact that there could be an idol at the challenge? Because that's a theme that we've seen throughout the season.
I don't think personally I would be looking for, unless I've had a bit of information or a clue or something that says there is an advantage hidden at the next challenge. I'm probably not looking for it. The one that Kate found was obvious. It wasn't like she had to go looking for it. It was just she was first to that bucket. Oh shit, there's an idol there.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd be actively looking for it.
And the rest that we've heard about, they had to like run to a different part.
And they were physically
and they would like put a
told
target on themselves. They couldn't
there
do
is
it
an idol at this challenge,
Right. Or if you step down, you'd get a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What was the CK? What was? Oh, that's right. Kate's first immunity win. We didn't see an idol at that challenge. I wonder if there was one, because we have seen
the first one. Oh,
Kate's first, the multi, the toss, the puzzle.
Would they do one where it's going to be a multi-stage?
I don't think so.
That's a bit unfair. It's like, well, you get advantaged for sucking at the challenge.
Right, or an advantage for proceeding to the next stage, and then it's under the beam or something. You know what I mean? Like, that one maybe not. But my thoughts are, well, the first merge challenge, there were two. There was they were offered. There was an advantage and disadvantage, and previously we'd seen idols and stuff.
So a pre-merge that all that stuff that they were told
that was the first couple.
The first two,
It's not really been since merge. They've been told that there was.
Yeah. So my thought process is, are people thinking about the fact that there could be an idol, not necessarily looking for one, because like you want to win the challenge, and it's pretty, I mean, I guess it's pretty obvious. You see people like not doing the challenge and potentially looking around, but I'm not like about it. I don't think anyone is.
Individual stage,
like, I think because it's individual too. Like, I want that fucking necklace. Like, that's
you can win the necklace. And there is a lot of power that comes with the necklace. Like, if you're using it well, it's not just that you can't be voted for. You can take advantage of that and go, well, I'm safe. Let me make some shit happen. And you might take a bigger risk than if you could potentially be voted out.
Yeah. So Brady said everyone had their own bucket with, I guess, the name on it or whatever. And it would kind of suck if it was left in someone's, specific bucket. Oh, here you go, Brady. Here's an idol in your bucket. But we see a couple of quick shots of there being what I think is an idol in a bucket. So I don't know.
There was a bucket with a package of some sort.
Right, exactly.
I remember, on my first watch thinking, oh, that looks like an idol, and then on the rewatch,
So it could be anything, but
no one grabbed it. Laurel actually, kind of looked like something to hold down the buckets. I was thinking that too, that maybe it was like a weight there. If it was windy, those empty buckets, even with the little rocks in them, might blow away.
Right, but it was like packaged like an idol. That's my only thought. I need to find. Yeah, that's my only thought. Anyway, challenge. Oh, cute Bubba.
Hi,
Riley. Kate wins again. Bigger target on her back now.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, she already had a target. They already knew. She talked about how she made like a little story with all the stuff that. Bye, Dani. With all the stuff that was in the story. Hang on.
Yeah.
There's Village Road for these rounds are a blur.
Oh, little baby. Yeah. Honestly, it was 2 years ago. It's a blur. Doesn't surprise me. Again, the challenge was a bit confusing. What I like about if people stuff up the description or the explanation of the challenge is a voiceover with shots of the challenge itself. I've just gone back and I'm starting to watch Canberra season 2, and that's what they do really well, is that the challenge is explained with a voiceover, and then you see people like Matt Chang,
like doing the dream team, doing the run through.
Yeah, doing the run through, exactly. So, and that would have been
nice. In Sydney's case, just have a screen with the instructions written on it.
Anything.
Like, what the fuck was that?
Look, I'm not editing it. And then next,
how you do it on a budget?
Yeah, that's right. First season. Chloe confessional. I was this close to winning. These thunder thighs didn't travel me far enough. Dude, Chloe's got so many iconic lines. I love it.
I love her. Seriously, I can't wait to talk to her. I'm hoping that it's Final Tribal that we have her on, and it's more of a deep dive. But I'm eager to hear her takes when she comes on.
100%. I think I have an alliance with the boys. Everyone except Laurel. That's what Chloe said. And then I have next Kate and Brady talking. Brady says, I think the blind side should be Laurel.
Yeah. And Kate wants it to be Dale.
Right. And then Brady's explanation, his point is like, well, what resumes do these people have? Which might have been something that Kate wasn't thinking about as she was going for Dale. So Brady bringing that up and being like, well, what's Dale's resume? What does he bring to the final three, which is going to get him votes? So
not a lot.
We have a lot of conversation.
Yeah, which I love to see the conversations. And why was Caitlin eating chips in her confessional? I'm a bit confused by that. I was like, this is hungry. Survivor. Why do you have chips?
She's hungry.
Where did she get the chips though?
Someone on the crew was like, you guys want chips?
Nah, they don't do that. Nah.
I want people to suffer. I'm serious.
That's what Melbourne Survivor is. It is suffering.
Good. You only get food when you win a reward challenge. Or
Brady's saying we all pocketed merge feast food. Okay.
Okay, that's okay then.
I'll allow that.
We'll allow that.
Your little children's birthday party.
That's right. Whose birthday was it?
It was Riley's.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
No, I got it.
Trying to be funny.
It took me 2 seconds, but it looked like it. They had the little Freddos or the little chocolates that Max tried using as a bribe for Brady at that first challenge. So everyone pocketing their stuff.
Lucas said, I made sure to eat Skittles in front of the contestants. That is so mean.
That's so funny. Dale said, no, I think Kate brought up my name just as a token gesture at this point, as my name must be brought up every tribal as per the script.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
Right, Dale, we forgot that your name must be mentioned.
Dale's name hasn't been written down in a while. Well, you called it last week. You said that his name wasn't going to get written down at all for the rest of the game.
I did say that. I'm sorry, Dale. It's just I'm just looking at
how I think the game's going.
Look,
you don't hear me apologizing for any of my hot takes.
Look, Dale, anyway, like, it's good and bad. You don't want your name brought up, but you also want to get to the end and have your name brought up. So,
Dale's name was written down 2 episodes ago by Brady. Yeah, so that's been 3 tribals since then. That's a record for him.
Yeah, it is. So where are we?
Anyway,
people talking.
Yeah, everyone's talking. John and Dale were talking. John was the first one I heard to say Brady's name.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. John says Brady. I've got that written down. Wait, Brady? You said Brady, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
John was the first one. He was saying, though, if we want ruthless Ethan, where is Ethan?
I also apologize. That was an accident.
You know that it's going to have to be brought up a lot.
Look, if you're over the age of 25, as we've said, you belong in a nursing home. So.
Well, Jesus, I'm almost 10 years past that.
You're 25. Well done.
Wow, so.
It's a while away.
You guys are old, apparently. Yep.
Look,
everyone's old. Everyone's old.
When he is 25, we're going to be in our 40s. That's not quite. Actually, not quite.
Close.
Sorry, I can't math. Anyway, yeah. John saying first say Brady's name, but he did say if Kate didn't win immunity, that would be who John would be targeting. Because once again, Kate and Caitlin getting close, and he just wants to cut all of Caitlin's ties.
Yep,
which
smart.
Is just about everyone. So
my only thoughts at this point for John is yes, your closest ally up until that point seemed to be Caitlin. It now seems to be Dale, right? We see a lot of John and Dale, and Brady, I think, explaining that he saw those two as a pair. And from what we could see, it looks like they are a bit of a voting block, at least for just that vote.
But John wants to be in a pair with Caitlin.
Right. And I don't...
John, she's just not that into you.
Yeah, she's just not... We see it. We love that, but
I think she was all in pre-merge.
Yeah.
Options.
And then merge happened, and she was like, "Oh my god, everyone's dateable now."
Even pre-merge, when he was like, "Yeah, you're my ride or die," she was like, "Oh, that's cute."
Yeah, right.
It's not a mutual ride or die situation. No.
And John sort of recognizes that, but at the same time, you're working so hard.
He wants to limit all her options. He was like, I will be your ride or die once everybody else is gone. Because you've got no choice but to come back.
I'll be around whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
But then I feel like she just wouldn't work with him at that point. I feel like at that point, like, she might go back to John.
He's doing a good job of explaining himself.
Right.
You know, like, she's not mad at him for writing Tash's name down.
Right.
John, I was hooking up with Chloe by night of day 2, hence wanting Brady out too. So you want all the young girls. That's
I read that so wrong. Just like,
what are you doing? I thought John was talking about actually hooking up with Chloe. Right? I think that's what he meant. We know it's.
He wanted Brady out to be closer with Chloe. Like, he wants the 21-year-old girls.
That's right. He's got a type. He knows what he's after. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, you do you, boo. Yeah.
Caitlin's confessional with the chips. She says she likes Kate, but doesn't want to go to final tribal with her. People like her. She speaks well. She's been winning challenges. And that's what she says the thing about. She's more focused on just getting there and not worrying about who with.
Yeah. See, Kate confessional. She says, Caitlin and I are tight and I trust her and I'm fine with this. And I put in brackets immunity. They'll take me out. So she's talking about
she knows
Kate's
she's vulnerable
fine right now. Yeah, but she's going to be vulnerable moving forward. And and I've got a bunch of conversation. Brady talking to Laurel. Looks like Chloe has gone and made an alliance with Dale and John. Is that conversation where Brady says, like, hey, Chloe's made this other alliance, but I've sort of made an alliance with you and Caitlin. So it's a bit tough at this point. We don't really see a conversation of Brady and Chloe coming together and be like, what are we doing? What's happening? Like, we don't actually see Brady being like, I'm in real danger. I think I'm going. We just see the conversation.
The first time in like 5 episodes.
Yeah. It was a shorter episode.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting that, like, it shows how close these two are because they've both gone off and made their own alliance, but made sure to include the other in it.
Right.
Yeah, Brady's confessional sort of
play each other's moves, which is amazing.
Like, Brady sums it up in his confessional. He said he made an alliance with Laurel and Caitlin and included Chloe in that. And then Chloe made an alliance with Dale and John, and she included Brady. So it doesn't seem like either one was planning on turning on the other.
It seems like they like made themselves a swing vote
between the two other pairs, and then Kate's just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a couple more conversations before tribal. Laurel.
Kate had a really good confessional. Sorry, you go.
Sorry, Laurel's iconic. Another iconic professional. Yeah. 3 things that are big about my game, my threat level. 3 things are big about me, my game, my threat level, and my ass.
My ass.
My ass.
What a queen, seriously.
I know. What were you saying, Jules, about Kate?
Kate had a confessional that really showed what we were talking about before, how good her reads are. She's saying that with Dale and John, they always come to her, but they never offer a name.
Yes.
They always say, what do you want to do? And they just say, yeah, we'll go with that. They don't offer anything to the conversation. And I think that's
for 2 reasons, because they trust you and happy to do whatever move you have, or it's because they don't have another name besides you.
Yeah. Right.
I think, she is really perceptive. She knows exactly what is going on.
Yeah, I love that.
She doesn't trust those two as far as she can throw them because they don't offer anything.
And it's what CK said earlier about Kate is that she was really hard to read.
Yeah.
Like, you never really could figure out what she was thinking or where she was going or what she wanted to do. And that's what we see at Merge is like she's sort of playing both sides. And CK said, I can't really get a good read on her and I can get a good read on everyone.
Yeah.
So that's just like some personality, trait I think that she has, some unique skill. So at least it's good. It seems good within the game, but I guess we'll find out.
Well, Kate had been the name before Tribal. So would everyone have ganged up? Like were they all like in like unanimous vote, like as she was so threatening, or were there been a split there? And then as no wonder it's a scream, you don't know what the fuck's happening if like the one person everyone agrees on wins immunity, then it's like, oh shit, now who do we turn on?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's making me think like if Kate goes next and then we get to are we at 6 right now?
We're at 6
then
now.
We get to 5, then it's Laurel, and then it's between John, Dale, Caitlin, Chloe. And at that point, the biggest threat would either be between Caitlin or John, leaving Dale and Chloe in final 3, and then
I think Chloe. I think yeah, Chloe's more of a threat than you give her credit for.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think Caitlin. I think with Chloe, we're gonna.
See I think Chloe and John could be a toss-up here, depending on how they pitch.
I agree. Yeah. Depending on how Chloe pitches, that'll be really important. All right. Is there anything else before we move to tribal? Should we get Brady in, or do you guys want to talk about tribal quickly?
Yeah. No, bring him in.
Are we talking about tribal first?
You want to talk about tribal first?
I didn't write anything down.
You didn't write anything. You had Annabelle standing in the background in her dress, and then CK walking in another dress.
She's leaning against the tree and that neon green, like silky number. We were robbed of her merger.
And then
I know.
No, but then CK walks in wearing one of her dresses.
Yeah, like a psychedelic black and white number with his tights underneath.
He looked good in it.
Poor Annabelle. He probably stretched it out. She probably had to throw it out after that.
I mean, look, I think she, as Luca's saying, she was determined to make sure her jury outfits were seen.
Good on her. Respect.
And then meanwhile, Tash walks in just wearing that same jumper that she'd worn the whole game.
Yeah, she clearly washed her hair. She looked good.
Yeah, her hair looked good.
Great. Yeah. All right, I'm going to bring Brady in.
Bring Brady in. Bring Brady in.
But my kids are having a meltdown, so I'm going to bring Brady in and disappear again for a second.
Brady!
Hi, Brady!
Hey!
How's it going?
Devastated to see you go.
Me too. I was also very devastated to see me go. Even watching it back. Because it's like when you watch it live on YouTube, it failed at that exact moment when I was getting voted out. YouTube just
my God.
Nah.
Right, that's right. Yeah, Dani
said that YouTube didn't like it either. They were like, no, this is wrong. I'm going to protest.
100%.
So at what point did it freeze? Like as the votes are being read, or?
It didn't freeze. It just said, I don't know, it popped up with an orange screen and malfunction and...
Oh my God.
Yeah, as the votes are being read.
You had to go through it twice.
Was there a part of you that was like, maybe I'm remembering this wrong. Maybe I did go further. Maybe I am the winner.
I mean, I was hoping.
So, Brady, can you take us through that tribal? Do you remember much of it? Like, you'd had you and Chloe voted, Caitlin, and everyone else voted you. What did you think was happening that tribal?
I was pretty confident it was me. It was a moment I had with Chloe just before the tribal, and I've gone to how is it that we've gone through as this a power couple and no one's looking at us? And that's when I've gone, oh, wait, no. And so I was sitting through that tribal going, it's me. And you see Chloe whisper to me, and she's telling me to go from Laurel to Caitlin, and she's like, go tell Dale. And I just sit there and I'm like, no, there's no point because it's me. And I think I do eventually tell him like 5 minutes later, but yeah, I was just like, no, I'm gone. And you sort of see I'm just sitting there I was pretty content that I was happy with where I was. It's not like the last tribal where I was like eating up on the inside of this, do I play my idol? When do I play it? I don't know what to do. Yeah. That was freaking me out. Whereas this one, I was much more calm and content. I was like, yeah, I'm happy to go here. I wasn't happy to go the last one.
What was that like? Because you found the idol on the start of the first day, like when the game started, and you had it all the way through until final 8, and then you play it. What was that like holding it the whole time? Obviously, you didn't go to tribal pre-merge, but you held on to the idol for a very long time. Was that a big relief for you after? A
little bit. It was always on my mind, and because it was just sitting in my bag, you always sort of had that fear of someone seeing it. And there's actually one point at swap. And as we were swapping, everyone's like picking up their bags. And Annabelle's just sitting there just tearing through my bags, like, oh, whose beanie is this? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, she's going to see it. I was like freaking out because it was sitting on top of my bag. And yeah, I like freaked out at that moment. I thought for sure she saw it and she knew about it. But then she was off to another tribe. So I'm like, oh, I don't know what this is going to happen here. But yeah, it was always on my mind. It was one of my early things. If we went to tribal, I probably would have tried to use it early to swing myself probably rid of Annabelle because she was a threat to me because I'm very not assertive and she is very, very social and she was just the opposite of my game. And yeah, she was my biggest threat in my eyes. Like I couldn't compete with her. So she was my early target. I thought the only way I'm going to get rid of her is to use the idol. And so I'd sort of planned that. It's why I'd set the seeds early. Not that any of this was made the edit, but one of the first things I did with my alliances was I shared with CK and Chloe about the clue to the rock idol, which I 100% mistranslated. In my defense, the thing was there's a rock sitting on top of that parchment. So I just read that as parchment, rock. There it is, sitting over there. I'll go get that rock now. And so I had this stupid little rock that I was carrying around with me. And me and CK were constantly looking at it going, how could this possibly be an idol? And eventually to at least try help bridge the trust between me and CK and bring CK into my pocket and away from Annabelle, was I picked up the rock and I just threw it away. I've gone, no, I'm done with it. That idol's null and void as far as I'm concerned. And so it was more or less never spoken of from then. No. Part of me thought that maybe someone else had already grabbed it and just put like a random rock on there to make it like a thing. But at that time as well, I'd also found like that clue and the other idol within 10 minutes of each other and a flint. So like I find in finding all these things, Ma sees me find one thing and she's chasing me down like, oh, did you find something? And I'm like freaking out because I don't even know what's in there. And I'm like, no. And I run away. And I find the flint like 5-10 minutes later, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with all this stuff. And I'm just
I have everything.
I've literally yelled at one of the camera crews. I've gone, I can't find this damn pot and flint or whatever. I need to go vent to the confessional. And I like stormed off with them and like, okay, now I can actually read all this stuff. And that's where you see me sit there going, all right, this is this one. This is this one.
Yeah.
What was the like decision behind looking for idols and obviously everyone was looking for flint and stuff. That was the whole point of the start of the game for your tribe is not having flint and having to look for it. But it seemed like
rice and everything.
Right. And it seemed like you were more off on your own. Is that correct? Or
I filtered to and from, so I wasn't set on any one person at that point. So I'd go over there, and then I'll go over where this person was, then I'll go over to where this person was, and I'll sort of just sort of moseying around. I was very much like, well, we don't have a challenge till tomorrow. I was very much about, let's get a camp ready. I want to not be cold tonight. I want to eat.
Scout leader.
So,
fair.
Yeah. I'm not the social person. That's what Chloe was for.
Yeah, well, take us through your relationship with Chloe. Like how that seemed like the tightest relationship of anyone in the game. How did that come about?
Well, you literally said before you would die before you'd turn on her.
Yeah, no, it just sort of happened. The two of us were picked as like the fire starters in that very first challenge. And then I just sort of stuck with her from there onwards. And just throughout the weekend, we just sort of grew closer and closer. And then, yeah, we weren't separating. And she sort of complemented my game nicely. Like I would come up with my strategic thoughts and then I'd send her off to go push the social element of that. Yeah.
Do you think Chloe's being underestimated at this point in the game?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, that's easy. No, she's got a lot going on. She's very good. And then
when did you tell her about the idol?
So there was the rock idol that I mentioned, which I told her and CK at the same time. That was on night 1. Mm-hmm. I didn't tell her about the other idol till day 2, but I sort of talked about it at the same time because I talked about using something to get rid of Annabelle. What else would that be other than an idol? But I hadn't like convinced myself that I was tight with her on night 1. So I hadn't fully told her, but I sort of laid seeds to sort of bring her in, as well as CK. But yeah, I didn't properly tell her about that one until day 2.
So, do you remember who you were sleeping next to on the first night?
So I had Chloe on one side of me because I used her legs as a pillow. And then on the other side of me was, I think it was Rosie, actually.
Okay. I think as Dani brought up a few episodes ago, that the sleeping where people slept on night 1 actually played out with who worked with who. And
no, that's not the merge.
Oh, merge. Okay. The merge as well. So it's like
the merge I had looking.
Okay. What was your big like plan? Because we see you playing a good game pre-merge. We get to see a lot of your like thinking. We get to see a lot of like, okay, you bring in Chloe. You and her are obviously really close. You tell her about your idol. We have discussion that solidifies your relationship. And then we get to see your thinking into, okay, if we go to tribal, what's my best play and stuff like that. So what was your plan if you had gone to tribal with this new yellow after the swap and pre-merge?
With new yellow, it was stick yellow strong. As much as I went to every confessional going, I cannot wait to get rid of CK, I was fully in my alliance. Like, there's 4 of us, 3 OG Reds. It made sense to stick with them. Because CK was always going to go in as a giant shield as the enemy of everyone.
Who would the first Red have been, Kate, Dale, or Tash?
Dale. Dale, 100%.
Were you part of the group gaslighting Tash?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
poor Tash.
She was so cranky.
At the same token, though, at the challenge where they had all the crates and the walking crates, me and Tash sat out of that challenge. And as soon as Tash said she was out of that challenge, I'm like, yep, I'm out too. And I took that opportunity to talk to her because I'm like, oh, now everyone's distracted that banned that conversation's over in the challenge, not watching us. And we got like a 20-minute long conversation. Which when Tash said on her podcast was like, oh, the first time I spoke to Brady was that night at Merge. I'm like, no, we had this whole conversation. I'd set this up. Like, what are you on about? So,
she didn't remember. Yeah, she didn't remember much.
I'd fully set all this up, and then the Merge night was just locking it all into place. But obviously I didn't. I thought I was much tighter with her than I apparently was. So.
Do you think it actually would have been advantageous for your, whether it's OG yellow or new yellow, to have gone to tribal before merge? Because that way you actually get to see who's working with who. Yes, you have the majority yellow, and you get to go to a vote and actually solidify, okay, we voted together, this good, this builds trust. Do you think that would have helped your game at merge if you had gone to tribal?
Yeah, because, well, depending on when we went, if we went before the swap, depends on how that could have been a real messy one. I don't know where that would have gone.
I think that would have been very messy. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah,
I know CK's pretty adamant that it would be me or Chloe, but I'm also pretty adamant that me and Chloe would have gone and talked to Laurel, and we would have very quickly clicked to go on, hang on, CK said your name, but CK said your name, and we would have quickly realized he's playing against us, and we would have either targeted him or targeted Max or Annabelle to hurt him.
Yeah.
So I'm not fully convinced on his pre-swap theories, but
when it comes to CK, all of his theories he thinks are absolutely bang on, so there's no arguing with him.
Post-swap, it would have been a red that would have gone home. I can't really see the yellows going, so it would have only been advantageous for us to go to a tribal. And really, we probably should have thrown like we planned to, but we got addicted to winning. It was like, you can't lose if you win. And as that happened, we watched the rest of Yellows get taken out of the other tribe, and then we go into merge lower numbers, which is
crazy. That's so crazy.
It was even
what I could see happening, which is why I wanted to get onto Tash, because I'm like, I need to jump ship and I need to be able to have a place for me to land. That's why I started working the angle with Tash from a couple of rounds before merge, and then that's why I spent so long with her. I found like this hidden dark corner away from everyone else so that I like had her uninterrupted for a solid half hour merge night. Like I really was trying to work her and get something going there. But,
and then, sorry, go Jules.
No, had you thought about, so this is at the point where you got voted out, had you thought about who you were wanting to sit next to at the end if you got there?
There was a confessional that I did. I don't know if it made the edit, but it made my trailer, where I've gone, shit, I'm in the wrong alliance, and I've just run away from the confessional. And that's where I was sitting there going, all right, well, I've got two options here. I've got this Caitlin Laurel alliance that I've got and made, and then Chloe's got and made her Dale and John alliance, and like, who do I want to sit with at the end? I've gone, not Laurel and Caitlin. That's I'm dead there, and that's where I've gone, shit, I've made the wrong alliance. I need to go change.
Yeah, right.
And I literally run away from the confessional.
Good, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Just imagine the person filming you being like, wait, what? He's gone, all right.
That is exactly what happened. And if you go way back to my reveal trailer, you see that moment. That happens in that one.
Now that you've said it, I do remember you saying that. So does that mean you would have gone and had Final Four with Chloe, John, and Dale?
I would have tried to. I mean, I don't know how far I would have got, but yeah.
Sounds like a good Final Four.
You win in that Final
It would have been hard, though. I feel like I would have been targeted by them fairly quickly as well. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I think, is it you that we see... I think it's at merge, where you're talking to Kate and you say your game is in my hands. Or
no, it's okay.
Tash. You said that to Tash?
I said that to Tash because that was me sort of locking in previous conversations, and I wanted someone to land when I jump ship.
Right.
So by that vote, Chloe had said to me, I don't want to be with CK anymore. I was like, I can't vote with him anymore. I'm like, I'm so done with that. Which is why I voted for Dale, knowing that it probably wasn't going to land anywhere. I mean, I was hopeful, but I assumed that wasn't going to be anything. But in my eyes, it's like, I can at least show to them, I'm not with these guys. Take me in.
Yeah.
And that round was really fast. I didn't actually get a chance to talk to Chloe to confirm which way she was voting. The last thing she had said to me was, I don't want to vote with CK. So had I talked to her and found out, yeah, she was still voting with them, I probably would have actually stuck with them.
Right, that's when you voted Dale.
Yeah, but because I hadn't cross-referenced that vote with her then, I'm just like, no, I'm just going to jump and hope for the best.
Yeah, so you think if you had voted correctly and you had voted John, do you think that, I mean, obviously, it seems like it would have been better for your game because at that point, CK went, okay, well, Max is gone. This ship is sinking. I'm throwing Brady under the bus. Do you think he threw your name out there harder because it was either you or Chloe that voted Dale?
It was coming to that point anyway. I felt like it was that alliance was crumbling. And even if I'd stuck that round, I probably would have tried to jump the next round. So I don't think it would have changed much.
I think if you are going to jump ship, I think doing it before that first vote is probably a good thing because you don't want to look like you're jumping just because it's gone that way. So I think you made the right call there.
I mean, it sort of worked, I guess, because you got Caitlin there playing an idol for me.
Right.
So I'd done the bare minimum enough to at least let them throw a fishing line out to me for me to grab and tow over. It's just, I didn't make anything of it. Well, mostly because I'd made one alliance, Chloe made another alliance, then those two alliances went and talked to each other and gone, these two are targeting blah, 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 blah. And it just made it look like we were targeting each of the other, so it was easiest just to get rid of us.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, alliances and friendships and relationships sort of just come naturally within the game. Do you think being as tight as you were with Chloe was actually a hindrance to your game? I'm not saying that anything negative, but just the fact that you were targeted so directly because you were so close with Chloe.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think I would have wanted it any other way.
Yeah.
My game experience was amazing because of it. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
Good answer. I like that. Yeah. Awesome. I love a ride or die.
Yeah. Oh, we love a ride or die. Especially when the two of you are giving so much content. Like, we were loving it. After you played your idol, we discussed that, we would have thought that another one went into the game. Was that the thought that was going on around camp, or were people looking?
After CK went, no one really looked. We assumed that there was a merge idol somewhere. Whether someone had it or whether it was there, I don't know. But we just assumed there was a merge idol. Like, why wouldn't there be a merge idol? There's been a million other idols popping up throughout the game at challenges and various other places. So the assumption that there's an idol there, but the rounds were so quick and fast that there was really no benefit to go look for them.
Yeah.
You needed as much of that talking time as possible.
Yeah, 100%. I guess it's much harder to look for advantages the deeper you get because it just goes so quickly.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I believe it was there. I don't actually know if it. I don't know. I believe there was one there. I don't think it ever got found though.
From what we've been told, the voodoo idol was the merge idol. Am I getting that right? Like, or was there another one? I don't know. We haven't seen one.
Speaking of the voodoo idol, Brady, we see it work in your favor.
Yeah, I love the voodoo idol. I don't know what everyone's talking about.
Yeah, we want to know.
To be fair, no, hang on. Even if she hadn't played it, CK had the majority of the votes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That vote was freaking me out. I was tossing and turning that whole time. Chloe was very much like, don't play it, don't play it, don't play it. And I'd even actually made this little plan where if I didn't play it and I got voted out, I'd like kick my bag over to her and just not pick it up as I walked off so that she would just then casually walk away with my bag. So we had that plan in place so that if that didn't happen, she had the idol. It was there.
Nice.
Good. I like that.
But it's the whole, like, would you rather go home with an idol in your pocket or incorrectly play one? I think I'd rather incorrectly play it than go home with it.
Yeah, and that's the thing that was killing me. It was like absolutely eating me up inside. Like, I didn't want to have that go home with that. And I didn't want to go home knowing that I had this protection because I felt like it was just a waste of holding on to that for 2 days. So that's why I eventually like, screw it, I'm just going to play it. And then before I could do that, Caitlin was already up. CK was already up. Everyone was already up. And yeah, I was like, well, I gotta sit back down and just see what happens here. And that worked massively in my favor because it probably at least kept me another episode.
Yeah, exactly. Save you from playing your idol.
It was brilliant.
I guess it confirmed for you that you needed to play it at the next vote.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That
Big
was.
time.
I understand that was easy.
Yeah, it took out any doubt.
John, anxiety paralysis making you stand up slower. Well, it's a good thing it did.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. No complaints there.
So is there any part of your game that we didn't really get to see or anything that you remember that's noteworthy that you want to share, or even just your experience as a whole? I know you just said you've enjoyed it, and playing with a ride or die like Chloe sounds like it'd be a lot of fun.
It was so much fun, and the experience was, and I feel like I'm just echoing all the past people that you've had on here, but it was a life-changing experience. Like, I've come out of that with so many new connections. I've gotten involved in this community that's an amazing community. And then as you'll eventually get to see for season 4, I had a lot of fun with that. And yeah, it's just been and it's not just season 4. I've run a couple of trials. I've done other games. It's just been the whole experience has just been so much fun and so life enriching. It's just been great.
Yeah, Ethan, like you won't be complaining about any of the challenges on season 4. You'll be
not one.
You'll be keen for them. They were all awesome.
Maybe about the results of some, but not.
That's always how it is. I understand that.
The challenges themselves, though, you'll be like, oh my god, that's awesome.
Incredible.
Great. I can't wait.
Yeah, it was doing this sort of stuff that within weeks, I was like talking to Liz, Josh, and Vince, and like, I've got this idea, I want to do this, and they were like, yeah, just join.
Just be part of the group. That's great.
Would you play again, Brady, if you got asked back on Melbourne or potentially another LRG or anything like that?
Absolutely. I would 100% play again. I would love to play again. To any of the other creators watching, here I am. It was so much fun. I think I much prefer live games over orgs. I did a couple of those, and it's just not my thing. I much prefer that live physical element of it. So yeah, I think that's more where I'd like to stick to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for my own personal greed, I'd like to see you play again. You're lots of fun. Very, very strategic, very smart. CK had good reason to be throwing your name out there as you were a massive threat, and then played an idol successfully. And I don't think we've seen anyone actually do that in this game. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you. I've been listening to you guys. It's just, I loved hearing all your guys' thoughts because I've honestly spent 2 years doubting my game purely because I got voted out the first chance I wasn't immune. And, that just weighs in for like so long. And so watching it back, hearing you guys talk has just been like validation.
Yeah, no, but that's also like you shouldn't take that as something that's bad. For the fact that that's the only time they can get you is when you're not immune is like incredible. Like but that's how incredible is that you've always been a threat. You were a threat, and they couldn't do anything about it, and then they finally did when you had nothing left.
Yeah,
like that's incredible. Kudos to your game. Like, so I'm sorry that you spent 2 years doubting yourself, but I'm glad that you've come out the other side of it with a bit of positivity.
No, it's been great. The whole experience then was great. The whole experience now is great. It's the whole experience in between's been great. It's
amazing.
A wild, continuous journey.
Yes, that is.
Fun fact though. So the very next day, so we were up till, I didn't go home till midnight Sunday night. The next Monday, I was on a bus with 55 other children, and I was on a week-long scout camp with 3,000 7 to 10-year-olds for that week. And it was the hardest week ever. I was meant to spend the weekend setting up camp, but I'm just like to the other leaders, all yours, I'm off, bye. But the whole debrief process, the whole like talking to everyone's
group chat just goes off.
But it's not just the group chat, it's 20 different individual chats as well.
Yes.
and
also then the 10 like small group chats. You've got all the individual chats, you've got smaller group chats, you got group chats that peel off from another group chat because you don't want to talk about one person another group chat. Yeah, it's a lot. And
you're playing through all the what ifs and what if this happened, and it was just the longest week trying to supervise all these children and deal with all those various mental emotions, and it was, my God,
a lot.
Don't recommend. Need like a week off afterwards.
Yeah, there's a lot. There is a really, for me, even with Sydney being like, 12, 13 hours, I think I thought pretty consistently about the what ifs for about two solid weeks. Like
it's been 8 months since I filmed.
Yesterday. I did a what if to the Sydney group chat yesterday. Right. I was like, what if this had happened? Like, I've been talking about this with this person, and what had happened if we had done it this way? Like, it was like a year later, and I'm like, hey, what about this?
Yeah.
I still think of what ifs from my season, which was 8 months ago.
They're still coming through now, and it's been 2+ years.
Yeah.
I think, it's definitely bound to resurface once people see stuff.
When you're seeing it again. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
And Luca took a week off. And he wasn't even playing.
Don't blame. I wish I did.
Yeah, anyone watching this, if you're going to play an LRG and you haven't yet, take the next day off work because your phone's going to go
At
nuts.
least one.
At least
one week.
Just to mentally...
And you're exhausted too.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see people for like the next year, I swear to God.
I went back to work. I went back to work the next day, having just had like 6 or 7 weeks long service leave. And everyone's like, why are you so tired? I'm like, oh, I've had a big weekend. I've done nothing for 6 weeks, but this weekend it went off.
Yeah, by the time I weighed myself a week later, 8 kilos lighter I was.
Oh, wow.
8 kilos?
Yeah, it was insane. But that was also like COVID belly, so yeah.
You're right.
I hadn't done anything for the last 12 months.
Yeah.
So it was...
Fair enough, just like all of us.
Luca, I drove home. I drove like 2 hours to get home.
Fuck that.
Yeah, Maddie P drove me home.
It's not safe.
No, but I was also like, we need to leave now because you're going to be too tired. It's very true.
Post game's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. And and like you said, if it's going off now, it's because again you're rewatching it. You're seeing confessionals you didn't know people had. You're seeing people who aren't active in the group chat. You're seeing finally getting their thoughts, their processes that you haven't had for 2 years, and that kind of makes you reconsider everything that you've already spoken about. There's like the possibilities are endless.
The various regrets I've had in the game that have suddenly disappeared upon rewatching. I'm like, I don't regret that anymore. That's great.
Fantastic. That's great. That's exactly what you want.
Most of my regrets up until a few weeks ago revolved around Mom. Like, I should have done more with her. I should have kept her. I should have talked to her more. I should have done something. I should have used an idol or done something to save her and keep her in that game. But then watching it all back, seeing how tight she was with her swapped red, I'm like, that wouldn't have helped me. That would have just given them another number. Glad I didn't keep her. Would have probably actually worked. So it's actually kind of good watching that going, I feel so much more justified in that.
Yeah.
And
you made the right decision.
I had no idea she actually voted me for that round that she voted for me in. Whereas I was feeling so guilty that I was voting her out. And she had voted me, so I'm like, okay, I don't care about that anymore. Great. Because all through that tribal, she was actually like, every time I looked down the line, she'd be mouthing off to me going, no, you're safe, you're fine. And she went and bloody voted for me.
That's what you do when someone's got an idol.
She didn't know that.
That's true.
It's so funny. So, Brady, is there anything else that you wanna say, or even just like a little maybe that you would say to people wanting to play and wanting to apply? I know that as you said, it was a life-changing experience, and I'd say the same thing. I think Dani and Jules would as well. And it really shows that if you can come out of the game with a good mindset and really allow yourself to create closer relationships with people that you played with, you share such a full-on experience. It is just a game, but it is a game with people's heart and emotion and your soul, and everything's into it. So if
it's
you could
so much more than a game, though.
Yeah,
because it plays with every part of your emotions. It plays with every part of your body. It's not just a game. It is like a full-on experience, a traumatic one at that. But
absolutely, trauma bonds.
But
how many nightmares did all of us have after it? Or was that just me?
No, I did.
But bonds you create with people, like even people that I didn't talk to in game, became so much closer with after the game. I'd go hang out with them and become great friends with them, and it really is such an experience that you can't describe to anyone until they've done it.
Yeah.
And I recommend it for anyone and everyone, and that's why I got so involved after the game, because all I wanted to do was give that to more and more people and give that experience to more people, because I think everyone should do it.
Yeah. Even if you're not like a huge, like you don't have to be like a Survivor game bot and love be obsessed with the game. Like the four of us are, we like all love all things Survivor, but like I mean,
do it for the fun.
I mean, but yeah, it's made some people who are just are like kind of casual fans, or like, oh, this is a fun experience. That like you get like they're the people I find like that give the most, because it's like they're just like,
look how well Kate is playing.
Yeah,
she is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, you don't need to be a game player to have a great weekend. And it's such a cheap weekend for what you get out of it.
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah.
And you don't want 16 game bots either. You want a mix of personalities. So yeah, and that's why I think this cast is so great. It's 16 completely different personalities.
This cast is amazing. Like every single person brought something to the table, and and just every episode's been amazingly entertaining. It's been so great to watch back, and you can't get that with like this cast is just the best.
Yeah, agreed. This cast is fantastic.
I haven't watched that many LRGs, the Australian LRGs, but this cast, as you said, everyone. There's not one person who maybe, you take them along, drag them along to the end or whatever. Everyone has their own perspective, their own thoughts, their own game plan. Everyone is their own person, their own personality, and there's a lot of big personalities, and it's very fun to watch. Very fun.
So much fun. Yeah. And I think probably one of the biggest fears going into the game, being such a non-assertive person, it was like, I feel like I'm just going to drown in this. I'm just going to be shadowed, and especially even just like the people have talked about, you sit and stare at people before the game because you're not allowed to talk. Even staring at people, you can see people like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to compete against these people. I'm going to be so drowned out. And going into the game, I was so fearful that I was just going to be this boring character that wouldn't get any screen time. And even coming out of the game, that was so good. I felt like I had like a nemesis in the game, which was great in the form of CK. It was who I thought I didn't
having a nemesis is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun having a nemesis, that's for sure.
Because between the two of us, so as much as we talked good to each other for rounds, we were both in the active just going, can't wait to get them. So it was a great secret nemesis. It was the whole experience is great. Everything about it was great. It was so much more than I was expecting it to be. So much better, and everything was I don't know, undescribable.
Well, to piggyback on that, we've got 3 LRGs that we know that are currently casting. We've got Sydney, which we couldn't recommend more highly. We've got Canberra, who are casting.
And did I see season 2 of Sydney is going to be a 2-day game now?
Yes.
It is.
Because I thought season 2 was going to be a 1-day game.
No, we're doing 2. Canberra is casting. Brisbane season 2 is casting. There are some incredible LRGs out there. So even if you're watching this after the fact, if you're watching it now, apply. The 4 of us could not rate it more highly. And then you may...
don't think that you can't do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
Everybody can do it. You do not have to have any certain skill set to compete and do well. It's for everybody. So we couldn't recommend it more highly. We are going to call it there. Brady, stick around. We'll have a chat with you. But everybody else, thank you so much for tuning into us. Like we say, we're having so much fun. I love that you guys are loving us. And we will see you guys, episode 10 is this Saturday. Final 6. We are in the run to the end, which is very, very exciting. I will try to watch live so I'm not missing anything. But we will see you guys back here next Tuesday, 8:30. Lots of love, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.